Hey guys!
This video will tell you how we almost lost $10,000 trying to get an apartment in Korea.
We went to inspect one place. Actually, it was our first inspection, and yeah, we almost lost $10,000.
I hope this video can reach people that are moving to Korea sometime soon. So you guys pay attention to the red flags when you're inspecting apartments so you don't lose money.
The apartment itself is really good, but too good to be true.
You guys will see part of a vlog that we did when we went there, the apartment as well. You can pay attention to the condition of the place. It looks brand new.
Hey guys, we're here in Busan, South Korea for a special mission. We're going to our first house inspection. As you guys know, we've recently moved to Korea. Don't know how long we'll be here for, but we definitely need a place to stay. We've been staying at his parents' house for now, which has been a blessing to us. His mom doesn't let us cook anything. She wants to cook everything for us. We convinced her to allow us to do the dishes at least, and every once in a while she lets us cook something for them. We're so thankful to my parents-in-law. Just went into the tunnel. But yeah, we do want to have our own place. So we've been messaging a few landlords, and today we're finally going to the first inspection. You were crossing the line. Getting used to driving on the right side of the road again. Is it harder than you thought?
Yeah.
Pay attention well.
Sorry guys, I can't say anything because I need to focus driving.
It's his first time driving back in Korea.
But yeah, Gabi explained well. Yeah, we will show as much as possible. See you later.
Bye.
The first red flag is that the price was too good to be true. I'm not sure if all of you guys know, but the process to rent a place in Korea is quite pricey. They always ask you for a big deposit to begin with, and that can range from $10,000 to sometimes over $100,000. So you do have to have that money to begin with the whole process. If not, you need to get a loan. And we were hoping to start off without needing to get a loan. So yes, this place was asking for a $10,000 deposit and $500 monthly rent. That price is actually so cheap compared to the market right now.
Recently, there's a lot of cheating on real estate. So many people lost their money. So I had to pay attention the real estate, the behavior and everything. But turns out he didn't come to the apartment.
I think that would be the second red flag. We booked the inspection, we got there on time, and where is he? We texted him that we had arrived and we waited for 20 minutes.
We asked the guy if we could come in at 2 p.m. and he said, yeah, no worries, just text me when you want to come. So we said, yeah, it's 2 p.m. okay? And he said, oh yeah, you can come at 2 p.m. So he gave us the address. We came here at 2 p.m. and we've been waiting for 15 minutes. And he doesn't tell us what's the passcode to go in, or he doesn't come downstairs to take us inside. What's going on?
I just text him, I'm in front of the door.
That's weird, right? We've been waiting, yeah, almost 20 minutes now.
Until he finally decided to ask for our phone number, and then we got a call from him saying, sorry, I got caught up with the customer, so I won't be able to be there with you, but I'll give you the passcode to enter the apartment. And we were like, okay, that's a bit unprofessional, but if you have the passcode, we're happy to have a look. So first red flag, too cheap. Second red flag, he wasn't there in person.
And then he kind of disappeared.
And as you guys can see in the video, it looks brand new. Looks like it was built just like a few months ago. Everything was very clean, and we already started like dreaming like, oh, this place would be so amazing if my family comes to Korea. There's a place for everyone to stay. We were too excited. You can find good places with that price. The problem is that it looked too good. A place like that would probably cost around like 50,000 for a deposit, maybe.
I saw that kind of condition. You have to put $200,000, but you don't need to pay monthly rent fee.
So a huge deposit and no monthly rent fee. So for that condition, the price was too cheap. So that would be the red flag, the price compared to the condition of the place. And secondly, the guy didn't show up in person. And that's the big mystery as well of this whole situation. How does he have access to those two places? It's weird, eh?
It was built 3 years ago, but there's no tenant there. We couldn't see anyone to live there, and the parking lot is totally empty.
It looks like a fake place just used to scam people, because even from outside it looks brand new, but we checked the garage, no cars, maybe just one car. And that's a tip we can give you guys. Search the place online, try to see if there's anything that comes up. We found that it was built 3 years ago, but it seemed like no one was living there. Even the 2 apartments we checked, they both looked like they had not been used before.
So there's a good tip for you. You can check the building detail, who is owner. There's one website you can check and cost less than $1. So you should, before make contract, have to check yourself.
We can leave that link in the description below. But what it does is it tells you the history of the place and if it has any mortgage attached to it or if it has any debt attached to it. Noah was telling me before that if the landlord has a big debt with the government and he can't pay that off, sometimes the government takes over that apartment or that house and you might lose your deposit depending on how much you paid. So yeah, it's really good to use that website and check if there's any debt attached to that place. And that's what we did. We were able to check that there were 2 people attached to it with mortgages. So we do recommend that if you're checking out a place in Korea, use the website. We'll leave it down below. It's very cheap, but it saves you a lot of hustle.
We really liked that place, so we wanted to make contract with him, but I asked his office address, but he never replied my message. I had to send another message. I want to contract, when can we do? And then he said, oh sorry, my phone number is changed. He contact with the other number.
He called Noah from a different number and said, I'm so sorry for the delay in answering you. I just changed my phone number, but you can text me in this new number. And that was another red flag for sure.
Why he had to change his phone number? And then I asked when landlord can make meeting with us, but he said the landlord is so busy at the moment, so can we do online?
Another red flag. Do not sign any sort of contracts online if you're renting a place in Korea. Please do not. You have to meet the landlord and the realtor in person and make sure that you see their ID as well. So you bring the document you download from the website that shows who the landlord is, and you check their ID in person to make sure that the landlord himself is the one signing the contract, and get a copy of the contract. Many real estate offices are using that to scam people, and we thought it was very weird. We decided not to do that, obviously.
So I asked him, it's okay, we can wait, we have time, so we can schedule with him. But he kept saying, then someone else will rent that place. It's really good place.
I can hold it for you unless...
If you send 10% right now, I can hold for you.
Please don't do that. That's a big no-no and another red flag. How it usually works here is on the day of the contract, when you're there signing the contract, usually they require you to pay that 10% upfront of the deposit fee. And that's when you do it, on the contract signing day. And then on the move-in day, you pay the remaining balance. So if they ask you for some fee just to hold it, I'd advise you not to do it. I wouldn't take that risk.
So at that point, we knew. So I told him I will talk with my wife and then call back. But yeah, I had to run away from him because it was obvious. We're really thankful that we could tell it was scam, and we believe God will provide better place
And we know that sometimes weird situations can be a part of God's plan. Sometimes the sheep have to go through the valley of the shadow of death, right? To find the green pastures. So after the first 2 red flags, Noah's dad and even Noah himself started getting iffy about it. But I was still like, but let's still try to go there and check it out. But still try to text him. I was the one insisting on it until it got to the point that I was like, I don't think this one is God's plan. So throughout the process, keep asking God, keep praying. Yeah, at some point there was no peace in the spirit anymore. And that's when we were like, yeah, this is definitely a scam. But we hope you guys can figure it out from the first ones and don't lose time like we did.
That's it. We will do more inspection and looking for the house. We believe that God will provide best place for us.
I'm sure He's already prepared the best place for us. We just have to find it in the midst of all of this.
We will keep sharing our journey, so stay tuned.
Bye.